welcome to the New York, New Jersey Harbor Estuary. We are so excited to have you here with us today, live. We are on Caven Point Beach in Jersey City, New Jersey, just across the Hudson River from New York City and the island of Manhattan. We have a very large population here in our metropolitan region. We have about 17 million people living in the nearby area in New York City and northern New Jersey, so that's a lot of people. And when you consider the entire watershed coming down from the Hudson River, all the way up to Albany and the Troy Dam and past there and up into the mountains of the Adirondacks, the number gets a lot larger. So there are a lot of people living in our estuary, along with all of the plant and animal life that we have here in the estuary. And we also have a very large port here. We have the Port of New York and New Jersey, which is the largest container port on the East Coast. Now, to learn about an estuary, which we know is salt and fresh water, we are going to talk to Aubrey. Aubrey is with the New York City Soil and Water Conservation District. So how, Aubrey, can we tell that this water right here at the beach behind us is an estuary?
Well, we can start by measuring the salt in water, which is also known as salinity. Ocean water has about 35 parts per thousand salinity, whereas freshwater has about 0 to 5 parts per thousand. An estuary can fall anywhere in between.
Well, that's very interesting. So how are we going to know that this water is salty? We're not going to taste it, are we?
No.
Okay.
There are several different ways we can measure salinity in water. Today we chose to use the refractometer and the hydrometer. The refractometer measures the way light enters this piece on the refractometer. We look through to get the salinity. The hydrometer measures the gravity or the density of water. The higher this piece is in the water, the more salinity. The lower, the less salinity.
Wow. Yeah. So you've got a couple different ways to measure salinity here. So I'm wondering what the salinity is here at the beach today.
Well, we're going to talk to Jeremy and Felix. What did you find, Jeremy, with the refractometer?
Well, with the refractometer, we found that it was 25 parts per thousand of salt in the water, and that was with I think a sample of oceanic water, I think, and ocean water.
Great. So you were comparing the two different samples.
We were comparing ocean water
Yep.
and fresh water, which we also got like bottled water.
Great. So we've got 25.
And Felix with the hydrometer?
And with the hydrometer, we for fresh water, we found that there was 4.5 parts per thousand, and for our sample, there was 26 parts per thousand, and for the ocean water, there was 33.9 parts per thousand.
Sounds like you're getting some pretty consistent numbers. This is great. So in addition to salinity, what else is it important that we know about this estuary? What else can we measure to get the sense of the health of the estuary?
Well, or we can measure dissolved oxygen. Dissolved oxygen is necessary for fish and other organisms to live and breathe in our estuary. We need fish need about 5 milligrams per liter dissolved oxygen. Otherwise, they will become stressed or die.
Okay, so have we been doing some dissolved oxygen tests here today? Do we have some?
Francesca.
Great, all right. You've been doing dissolved oxygen tests?
Yes, and we have 5.2 milligrams per liter.
Oh, well, at 5.5 is right about at the end. So tell us about this.
5 milligrams per liter is a little low, but it's still healthy enough for our organisms to survive. We'd like to see it a little higher, but for today it's okay.
And there are lots of different things that affect the amount of oxygen in the water. So that's one way to definitely test with a chemistry kit. And now I'd like to move on to another person that we have here with us, Don Chesley with the Stevens Institute of Technology. And he has some different equipment that he's been using here today to measure salinity and dissolved oxygen. And we're going to just do a little comparison.
This is actually an electronic method. There are multiple probes here. Right now, it's dipped in a sample water. Normally, these would be housed in a protective cage and actually left submerged, automatically taking data at a predetermined rate. This one usually is at the seaport, taking it every hour.
What did you get for dissolved oxygen?
The dissolved oxygen that this is reading is a little on the low side. It came up about 3. But I don't trust I didn't recalibrate it after taking it out of the water. The salinity, which it also measures, is right on target with the others, 24.6.
Wow.
And basically, It's good to have agreement among different methods because that gives you confidence that your measurements are accurate.
Yes, it also points out when you might not have accurate measurements. We're getting 5 and 3 for dissolved oxygen, so it's important to know that your measurements need to be done over and over again until you get something that's consistent so you can know exactly what the measurement is.